Hi everyone, and welcome back to day 7 of Kaladesh spoilers. And we actually had a lot left over from yesterday to talk about, but I was just busy. Plus, it just after I did the video that came out, so I'll just save it for today. We also have the masterwork edition, which I'm going to touch on, but I'm not going to go over the cards really. Essentially, if you remember Expeditions in Battle for Zendikar, it's sorry, the computer just lagged a little bit. I'm going to close that tab or two. That might help. Actually, I probably don't even need the actual... I've got it up on my phone here, so I probably don't need it. Yeah, it's better. If you remember the Expedition lands from Zendikar, they were new art, foil. They were really rare to get, hard to get. And this is essentially what they're doing. Except in this one, it's going to be inventions. So we got artifacts from both the set and from sets past. We got like Aether Violok, Mox Opal's back, Lightning Greaves, got the Gearhulks. And they all have a new framework, new art. They are gorgeous looking, but they'll be even rarer than a mythic rare, basically. They also basically said this is going to be something that they're going to be doing. I don't know if they said in every set going forward, but like every other set at least. So yeah, and I got this weird bump right here. Oh no! Oh god, it's a tumor. It's a tumor. I don't know what. I think it's just my esophagus being weird. But anyway, I digress. So we got finally got the last planeswalker of the block, or of the set right now. Not the block, but the set. There might be. They even said there might be 6 planeswalkers in the next set as well. So we'll find out because we still need a black planeswalker. So I'm guessing Tezzeret's going to be in that trope. We're not going to get Liliana in this set, so we'll have to see what's going to happen. But we finally got Dovin Baan, the Vendalken planeswalker that got spoiled. And there he is in all his card art glory. Very nice looking card. He's a white-blue like a lot of people suspected. Because, let's see, we have Chandra who's red, Nissa who's green, Shahili Rai who's red-blue. And yeah, we were assuming that because he's a Vendalken, we knew he was probably going to be blue. But we also were getting the suspicion that he was going to be white, and he was white. So what does he do? 3 loyalty for 4 mana, 1 blue, 1 white, 2 generic of any color. Planeswalker Dovin, +1 until your next turn. Up to 1 target creature gets -3 and -0, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So there's its protection ability. Basically, it can protect. It's not the greatest protection ability in the world. It's a slightly different version of, if you remember, Jace, Architect of Thought from, I think that's it, from Return to Ravnica. Slightly different from that. Targets just 1 creature. Not terrible. Its activated abilities can't be activated, so it can't. If they got tap things going on, they can stop that. -1, you gain 2 life and draw a card. That one I see being used quite a bit, just because card draw is very relevant in any format, and then you can get a little 2 extra life bonus from it. Help you stay around a bit longer. Yeah, I can see that being a very usable ability, very powerful ability, honestly. Not like destroy the game powerful, but decent. Then his ultimate, -7. You get an emblem with your opponents cannot untap more than 2 permanents during their untap steps. It's good. All the ultimates tend to be at least semi-good. It's a little lackluster, but then again, it's a blue-white planeswalker. I would be sort of shocked if it wasn't something on that basis, on that level. It's hard to kind of tell. I mean, it does limit their options, absolutely. If they have creatures on the field, they're probably going to save it mostly for their creatures. But if they if they don't have creatures on the field, then we're going to have to probably save it for their land so they can get creatures. So I don't know exactly. It's a little hard to pinpoint it right now. Is it a good emblem? Yeah, it's a very good stall your opponent, slow your opponent down effect. But if your opponent already has things on the field that aren't tapped yet, it's possible that they can get around it. What was it? Okay, Prophet of Krufix is banned in certain formats, but it has the during your opponent's untap step, untap your stuff. Same with like Murkthian Liege, untaps all your green stuff. The Protection Orochi. There are cards that get around that effect. So overall, he's decent. He's not blowing my mind, but he's decent. Then we have, let's see, moving on, we have Glint S Crane. It's a 1/3 blue bird, 1 blue, 1 of any color. Flying, whenever it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put them into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in ranking order. There's the Glint S Crane. It's a good search card, and it's got a butt. It's fine. It's uncommon for a reason. It's decent. I can't see. I mean, there's shenanigans you can do with it. I can't see anything going extravagant with it, but you know. Contraband Kingpin, 1 black, 1 blue, a 1/4 Aetherborn Rogue. Lifelink. Whenever an artifact creature enters the battlefield under your control, scry 1. This guy is pretty nice. I mean, he's a 1/4 with lifelink, so he's got a butt. He can protect and gain your life. He's only 2 mana. Granted, he's in 2 colors, so you will have to be in the 2 colors at least. But still, he's only 2 mana. And then whenever an artifact enters the battlefield, which you're going to be doing a lot in this block, in the decks you make with this, you're going to be scrying every time, so you can set up your next turn every time you play cards. So, yeah, this guy's good. I like this guy. It's also got some nice artwork too. Look at that art. That is some nice artwork right there. I mean, yeah, it's a little blurry, I know. Actually, that's better. That's some nice artwork right there. Great art in this set. Blue, a Blossoming Defense, 1 green, instant, uncommon. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains hexproof until the end of turn. Combat trick, can protect your guy. There's the art. All around, very solid, good card. I love that. I like that. Lawless Broker, Aetherborn Rogue, 2 generic, 1 black, 3/2. When Lawless Broker dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. There's Lawless Broker. It's a decent common card because and it goes to the theme that Aetherborns don't live very long. They live maybe couple weeks to a couple years, usually, is as they put it. By the way, I'm further going with the belief that Ashiok is not an Aetherborn, given the designs we have of some of these Aetherborns. I mean, there's some that contradict it, but overall, I'm gonna say he's not one. just given some of the designs we overall have. But yeah, it's a good card. You're gonna, honestly, as long as you got other creatures on the battlefield, you're probably just gonna keep attacking with this guy so you can eventually have him die and then put a +1/+1 counter on something. So yeah, he's a good common, honestly. Then we have just a vanilla creature. Let me see if I can get this right. Prakata Club Security, 3 generic, 2 black, 3/4 Aetherborn Warrior. There he is. He's basically the bouncer at a club. It's rare that the Fraka Club closes its doors. It's also rare that Lord Gonti meets with the Council of Kabam. What are the odds that 2 would occur in the same day? Eliminate the competition. 4 generic mana of 1 black mana. And sorcery, rare, black. As an additional cost to cast, eliminate the competition. Sacrifice X creatures. Destroy X target creatures. There's someone basically breaking their driving arm. Our 7th to the drive. I'm going to be completely honest. I do not like this card. I do not like this card because you have to sacrifice your resources to do something. Because you have to sacrifice your creatures as the cost of the spell. So why? And then it's only good if you got a certain amount of creatures to match their creatures or something along those lines. If you got an excess amount of creatures like servos and stuff, that's where I can see the card maybe working. But it's also 5 mana. That's a bit of a pricey spell. It's just not worth it in my mind. Again, maybe it's because I don't think like a black player, but that's not worth it at all to me. I don't know. Maybe anyone watching this who plays black, maybe you'll find a way to use it. I just don't dig on it. Authority of the Consulate. 1 white. Enchantment. Rare. And creatures your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain a life. And there we go. Yep. I mean, it's nice art, but it doesn't really look that super impressive for any real story point. But from the overall card itself, get this out on turn 1 if you're going first and your opponent is behind for the entire game until they get rid of this. Yeah, I'm down for this. Yeah, I like this. And then 1 life just because they play a creature every time? Yeah, absolutely. It's very much Orobrask minus the creature and haste effect and just easy to play. I'm down for this in any one of my control decks. I want a couple copies of this, man. Then we have Scrap Heap Scrounger, 2 mana of any color, 3/2, Construct, Artifact Creature. Scrap Heap Scrounger can't block, but you can pay 1 black and 1 of any color. Exile another creature card from your graveyard, and return Scrap Scrounger from your graveyard to the battlefield. And there he is in all his glory. Lovely art. Recursion, just the fact you can't block is not going to be a big deal because, frankly, you are going to probably be attacking with him quite a bit because you'll get him out in turn 2, maybe turn 1 if you're lucky enough to get like a Mox or any of the masterworks for 0 that give mana. Yeah, maybe turn 1 if you're honestly lucky, and then you'll just be attacking it with him for most of the time you have him because he can't. In fact, you're going to attack with him anytime because you can't block, and then you can just recursion him back as long as you have creatures in the graveyard, which I'm certain you probably will, at least on some level. Overall, like him, dig him. This one's interesting. Beaumont Courier, 1 mana, 1/1 haste. When it attacks, exile top card of your library face down. Now you may pay 1 red, discard your whole hand, sacrifice Beaumont Courier. Put all cards exiled with Beaumont Courier into the owner's hand. So there's Beaumont Courier. The cool little nifty construct. Now, obviously it's a turn 1 user. You can get him out, get some early damage out. That's fine. Sure, whatever. The problem comes when first off, you're gonna have to make the choice of what's in your hand versus what's in the exile if you want to use this card or not. But the problem comes is the fact that yeah, you can use things that give +1/+1 counters, make him bigger, but he is just too frail. He's a 1/1. He will die in seconds. He'll die in turns unless you have protection for him. And then what happened? You exiled your cards for nothing. Yes, you could, in theory, use the discard ability in response, but let's say this is turn 3 and you've played you've got him and maybe another creature and maybe 2 late. You still get maybe 3 or 4 cards in your hand. That's a likely scenario depending on what deck you're using. And you've exiled maybe 2 cards. It's probably not going to warrant the ability, so you've pretty much exiled the cards for nothing at that point. This card is a very hit-and-miss card for me. When it's hitting pretty well. When it's missing, though, it's not worth it. It's not. But I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not the right player to bring out the full beauty of that card. But moving on, let's see here. Aetherborn Marauder, 3 generic, 1 black, 2/2, Aetherborn Rogue, flying, lifelink. Whenever Aetherborn Marauder enters the battlefield, move any number of +1/+1 counters from permanents you control onto Aetherborn Marauder. Now, this card can be a very bomb card if you've been using a lot of Fabricate stuff, a lot of +1/+1 things, your Golems, your Gearhulks, all that. This card could become a severe powerhouse depending on what your board state looks like. However, if your board state is shit, this thing is nothing more than a 2 flying lifelink for 4, which is not bad, honestly. Even on its worst day, it's still an alright card. It's nothing amazing, but it's alright. So I could definitely see this being played. I like the art. The art's pretty nice. He's like, look at me, I'm flying! Fly with me, Wendy! Moving on, Inspired Charge, pretty much a reprint of any other card, but this one's got dwarves on it. 2/2, 2 white, so 2 white and 2 generic mana, 4 mana altogether. Instant, creatures you control get +2/+1 until the end of turn. Yeah, the only thing really unique about it's the art. Salvation Gremlins, 2 of any color, 1 red, 2/3 Gremlin. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, Salvage Gremlins gets +2/+0 and trample to the end of turn. This could be very good, very quick, because if you use a lot of small artifacts or even 0-costing artifacts, this card could really change. All you really got to do is play 2 artifacts on the turn, and you've got a 6/3 with trample that you can just plow into. Got multiples of them? 6/3 with trample all day, baby. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, make it rain. Make the pain rain. I do like the little if an elf can dream it, a dwarf can build it, a gremlin can eat it. Nice. Then we got another little gremlin here, which they look like Star Wars creatures to me. Ruinous Gremlin, 1 red of any color, or 1 red of any color. 1 red, 1/1. Sacrifice this card by paying actually the mana cost of Salvation Gremlin, 3, 1 red, 2 generic, and destroy target artifact. Good little 1-drop. Good to just keep it sitting there, waiting for your opponent to be like, okay, what you gonna play? Come on, what you gonna play? Oh, maybe I'll destroy that. Maybe I'll destroy that. Good little psych your opponent out kind of card. Then we have Malfist. One second. There he is. They're so cute. Then we have Malfist Squad. Love these guys look like they're ready for some shit. 3 generic, 1 black. 3-1 Menace, Fabricate 1. Could roll some heads. Absolutely could. Because either you're getting a 4-2 Menace, which is nothing to sniff at, and then, of course, any artifacts that you get to pump it up, or effects you get to pump it up. Or Fabricate 3-1 with Menace, still nothing to sniff at, because you still need to block with 2 creatures. And you get a servo, and I think most people are probably going to go with the servo because you get the buy. This thing's going to die pretty quick because its toughness is just shit. But it's still going to be able to leave a body behind. I like how that sounded. Then last one for today is Whirler Virtuoso? Yeah, Virtuoso. 1 blue, 1 red, and 1 generic. So it's an Izzet color. 3 mana altogether. 2/3. Lots of 2/3s in this set. When Whirler Virtuoso enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. Pay 3 energy. Create a 1/1 colorless flying Thopter artifact creature. It's a body. It's a Vendalkin. It's going to produce some. It's going to produce stuff. It's value right there, especially if you're in the energy deck, which I think most people are going to try to make with this set. So that is to date. Sorry, I haven't been up for more than an hour and a half. I've been up since. I haven't been up for more than about an hour. Maybe actually, no, we're going about an hour and a half. I got up a little late, around 12 noon because I got to bed late. But yeah, that's it for today's spoilers. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Be back with who would win, and actually, I'll be back with who would win, Magic, and Pokemon tomorrow. There was a bit more reveal for Pokemon, but nothing really. I think they were mentioning Sun exclusive and Moon exclusive with Rockruff Evolution, but I think that's not quite the case. Anyway, yeah, Pokemon, who would win, and Magic tomorrow, plus any movie news that I feel they're prevalent to talk about. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Ideas for who wins, reviews, but in the comments below, let me know. Get to it at some point. Thanks for watching. See you.